let's break it down. Let's define what we mean by interest now.
Okay.
When you say, does it mean he wouldn't be interested in who becomes the next governor?
Yeah.
So interest in what way?
In the sense of a politician and a citizen and a voter. He must have an interest in who becomes the next governor of Adamawa State.
Okay, let me break it down. What about influencing or handpicking someone that will succeed him?
The only reason Murtala Nyako gave for pulling out of PDP to go to the APC is that the PDP has become a lawless party that does not operate within the confines of the law. And he had said it made it abundantly clear that in the APC he will ensure that the due process, democratic process, is followed in all cases, including the nomination of candidates. And if that be the case, whoever eventually emerges as the candidate in a free democratic process within the party he now belongs to will be his interest in the state.
So he will not influence it?
Invariably, if it has to be the free and democratic, then it will be under no influence from anybody.
You said he announced publicly that he will not, his family, or nobody in his lineage will partake in the next election, 2015. Yeah. But would that be the first time we've heard such announcement and then later we hear
No.
Would that be the first time such announcements have been made in Nigeria and they are later denied?
We're talking Nigeria. We're talking of Murtala Nyako.
He's not in Nigeria.
Murtala Nyako
politics in Nigeria.
Murtala Nyako has given his word and bond, and he will keep it. Assuredly.
Let me leave the word and bond. I'm looking at rivers like Adamawa.
Yeah, okay.
Adamawa like rivers. We have interested parties, influential and heavyweight politicians that have tried to upset the apple cart in River State as well as in Adamawa State. In Adamawa State, we've seen Bamanga Tukur, your principal, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and I think two others. I remember their names now. And in Rivers, we're getting to see Nyesom Wike, the governor, Rotimi Amechi, and of course, you also mentioned the First Lady. So, in all of this, it doesn't seem to be about the people, as you rightly put it. But in your own state, for instance, one would have thought that now that your principal has left the PDP, would have been able to witness some form of underailed development going on. But we'll still hear some of this, even though he's in the APC now, some issues with Bamanga Tukur and even the former vice president. How does this play out as we go to the next election in 2000?
No, I think we must correct one impression.
Good.
Since His Excellency left the PDP, he had no issues with Bamanga. I mean, as far as party politics is concerned. But you see, I want you to also appreciate the fact that they can relate at other levels. For example, Bamanga's son is married to Nyako's daughter. They are very close in-laws. They can relate beyond politics. But politically speaking, they no longer, Bamanga is no longer a factor in the political calculations of Governor Murtala Nyako at the moment. But other interests, yes, they are there. One of the reasons why probably His Excellency took the steps he took and the way is because we do understand that our first and most responsible commitment, and that commitment is Nyako's most important commitment, is to ensure that the kind of crisis that you see happening in rivers and other places, we will make sure we try to contain it as much as possible in Adamawa
What
State.
can we learn from what he's doing to the extent that it hasn't deteriorated like in rivers? Is it that you have a true security officer in him, or you have a police force that is that bends, because according to the CP Mbu, he said what he was told by the governor, when he gets any kind of directive, he should bring such directive to him and see how they can adjust it. Do you have a CP who comes to the governor and they try to adjust?
Yeah, not only the CP, but the entire security apparatus in the state work in tandem with the governor. The governor, being a former military person, understands the concepts of security management very well and relates very well with the security apparatus. And probably also, I am seeing it as, extension of the reverse the crisis. Probably we also have a very responsible leadership of the police in the state, because with all respect, Mbu is not being as responsible as he should be. For example, I told you that when his men went to disperse a gathering and they used rubber bullets and the rest, I expected him as a man of honor to say, look, my friend, we normally use these things to control the crowd, and in the process, if it goes this bad, we feel sorry it went this bad, but that was not the intention. Rather than denying an obvious fact and trying to stamp his authority as the police boss and all that, we're all working for the same people. We should be compassionate towards the people, even if in the process of just stopping a crowd and you push somebody and he falls down, you did not use any bullet, you did not use anything. If they tell you that one individual had fallen down and gotten injured or bruised somewhere, I expect that the leadership of this country at all levels, military, civilian, whatever, to say, look, I am sorry, it went beyond what I expected. That kind of a thing. We should learn to be more compassionate towards our own people. We should begin to see that I was expecting even Mbu to have even gone to the hospital, to see Senator Abe and show his concern that whatever must have happened, this man had ended up on the hospital bed. These kind of things are the things that could restore confidence in the people that the security forces are there to protect them. When you go to an extent and you brag and you beat your chest and you say nothing wrong had happened, when somebody is lying in the hospital, you say nothing wrong has happened, and I think that is more serious. So we're looking at a situation where not only Rivers and Adamawa, but we pray that the political leadership in the country will all sit together and begin to think beyond their self-centered interest and to look at the interests of the people and begin to be more compassionate towards the people, begin to understand that the people are what makes the leaders. The Hausa people would always tell you that a town without people, without a population, cannot have a ruler. Without the people, we would have no need for rulers. You don't need president, you don't need governors, you don't need chairman local. If we don't have people, you cannot be chairman, president, governor to trees. You cannot be chairman, governor to houses, buildings. You have to be chairman, governor of a set of people. And so we must focus back on the interest of our people. And I think that is very, very important. And we in Adamawa State will continue to work towards ensuring that no situation escalates to a level where our people will be brutalized or bruised or whatever. We have challenges, we understand. We have difficulties, we understand. But at the back of our mind is the fact that there is no prize you will win, no trophy you will receive if at the end of the process of the contest you have to lose one person or somebody is traumatized or somebody is hospitalized for your own personal interest. And I think that is very, very fundamental.
Well, let's get your comments on this one because as director of press, lots of people would like to get the points cleared out. Does the governor have a problem with Air Marshal Alex Bade? Because some say that, since the Air Force College is being built in Adamawa, that he's undergoing some projects, he's doing some things in Adamawa, and the governor doesn't seem to be happy with that, hence he's picking a fight with him. Is that true?
It's not true. It's absolutely not true. Let me tell you, whatever position Alex Bade holds today, Nyako held a similar position in the past. Nyako was chief of naval staff as far back as when? Being a service chief is not a new thing to him. He knows the calling of the service chief. If a service chief is appointed from your place and he decides to bring a development project to your state, so be it, fine and good. Who will tell you that a project will be brought to a state and the governor will say he doesn't like it? Let us understand certain things. There are so many people who are creating too much mischief around the leadership, and it's all this concept of revolving around individuals, around personalities, around forgetting about issues. Let's talk about development. But if you bring an Air Force college, thank you, we clap for you. You build a road, we clap for you. We are all doing the same thing. But what we are saying with the leadership in Adamawa, and we say it with a very strong voice, with the political leadership at the federal level in Adamawa State, that they should be able to, like the Chief of Air Staff did, if indeed he is the one that is responsible, they should bring more of such federal projects in Adamawa. As it is now, there is virtually no federal project initiated or ongoing in Adamawa State throughout this tenure of President
Absolutely none?
None.
Not even the schools, not even this Air Force College,
Just the Air Force College. We have already knocked up the Air Force College.
And yet
what I'm saying is that I said after the Air Force College.
Oh, okay.
And we have some major roads in Adamawa State that are federal roads.
What about the airport that is looking?
The airport was, the contract was given during Obasanjo's tenure.
Has it been? It's been done now. We see that the place is looking better than yesterday.
It's better. It's done.
Oh, okay.
That one is done. But I am talking about the current regime.
Oh.
We are really worried. We want roads, we want electricity, we want water projects and things from the federal government. We are also, you were talking about Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. But I'm telling you that we don't have one federal road, being worked on in Adamawa State, except the Yola to Gombe and Hong that was done the first tenure of Obasanjo in 1999. Up to today, no other federal road has been done except the ones the state government has done, for which the money has not been refunded.
Okay. We have to thank you for coming on. Ahmad Sajoh, Director of Press at Government House in Adamawa.